Maiden speech, James Murray.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker, for calling me to give my maiden speech. I will begin by giving my heartfelt thanks to the people of Ealing North for putting their trust in me. And I would like to pay my thanks to one resident of Ealing North in particular, Mr. Steve Pound. Every morning in the run-up to the election, Steve and I would drive to a primary school to speak to parents outside the school gates. Those car journeys were filled with stories about Ealing North and jokes that were as funny as they were often unrepeatable. The warmth and the affection of the parents showed towards Steve was awesome and inspiring, and typical of people across Ealing North and beyond. It could be a little intimidating too. He leaves very large boots to fill. But I drew some comfort on that front from Steve's own maiden speech. Using characteristically direct language, he said of one of his predecessors, "I am somewhat tired of constantly being told how I compare to the right honourable gentleman." But during the election, Steve was unfailingly kind and generous when introducing me to people. He would tell them that I would be just as diligent an MP as he had been, but with more hair. And after a few years in this place, whilst I cannot guarantee my hairline, I know nothing will recede about my determination to fight tirelessly for the people of Ealing North. It is the honour of my life to represent the place where I grew up. Before Christmas, I visited Perivale Brewery on Horsenden Farm, just down from Horsenden Hill, where I used to fly my kite when I was a boy. Last year, I ran the Ealing Half Marathon on behalf of Ealing Church's Winter Night Shelter through Pitsanger Park, where I used to collect conkers with my grandmother 30 years ago. Those places, along with others along the River Brent, Northala Fields, and many more besides, make up Ealing North's wonderful greenery. They offer a calmness to balance the pace of life in part of the greatest city in the world, and let's be honest, the stress of traffic on the A40. But Ealing North is defined not just by its physical highlights, it is also described by the strength of its many overlapping communities. Our part of London is home to communities from India, Pakistan, Poland, Ireland, Somalia, Sri Lanka, Armenia, Afghanistan, Iraq and Iran, and many more besides. It is home to LGBT+ people building their lives and their families. It is home to people of all faiths who have invited me in, whether it's St Mary's, St Barnabas, St Stephen's, Ealing Gurdwara, Sri Jalaram Mandir, Greenford Central and Bilal Masjid Mosques, Ealing Liberal Synagogue, All Hallows, Holy Cross, and many more besides. Our community organisations bring people together too, whether at the Royal British Legion Club or the Wood End Residents Association's legendary Christmas party. And members of the community look out for each other. Just last Saturday, volunteers were busy running Ealing Food Bank next to my surgery at Greenford Methodist Church. Those volunteers deserve our deepest thanks, and as their MP, I will do everything I can to end the injustice in our society that makes their work vital. I will work day in, day out for the people of Ealing North. We need investment in public services so that our young people are safe from getting involved with or becoming the victims of crime. We need investment in new high-quality council homes to make sure everyone has a decent and secure place they can afford. I will stand up for a foreign policy that always avoids the rush to war. At my surgery on Saturday, a woman spoke to me through tears. She was speaking about her parents' desperate situation as Iraqi refugees in Jordan. It was heartbreaking, and those in power should never forget that our country's mistakes around the world cast a very long shadow. And I will fight for the health and social care system that we need, which is something the people I represent so clearly and dearly want. It is also very personal to me too. In the late 2000s, I was diagnosed with a rare, long-term neurological condition called myasthenia gravis. It causes muscle weakness, which made it difficult or sometimes impossible for me to do things like go running, speak at length, or smile. But the NHS came to my rescue. My wonderful consultant and all his colleagues got me through a major operation and onto a painstakingly calibrated set of medications. I have been symptom-free since the early 2010s, and I will fight every day for our NHS with the strength it has given me back. Yeah. As the MP for Ealing North, I also draw strength from local campaigners and their enormous determination to protect our NHS and particularly local services that have been under threat. In 2015, the maternity unit at Ealing Hospital was closed. Since then, no babies have been born in hospitals in Ealing. And in 2016, the children's A&E closed too. Plans to close the main A&E were, in a triumph of public pressure, finally dropped after a 7-year fight. But across the London North West NHS Trust, waiting times in A&E last month were over 4 hours for 39% of patients. Our beloved NHS is creaking across the country. Yet the promises made by the government are, as the Health Foundation has said, simply not enough to address the fundamental challenges facing the NHS. And they have failed as well to offer the plan or the funding needed to fix the crisis in social care. We must win the battle for the NHS and the social care system we need. That is what I will fight for on behalf of the people I represent, and I want to thank them again for the honour of allowing me to do so. They must know that I will never flinch from my determination to fight for a fairer future for Ealing North, for our country and for our world.
Yeah.